What's up, family? So I'm just here authentically to get off my thoughts, live my thoughts, perspective, and insights, and just have a beautiful conversation with you guys. Feel free to let your thoughts loose down in the comments and get this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy the conversation, right? But who do you know that had a more phenomenal year besides Trump? The only person I could think of is Elon Musk. But comment down below, man. Trump is announced the Person of the Year for Times Magazine 2024. I love it. Well deserved. I mean, I don't know anybody else who deserve it, like I said, besides Elon Musk. But check this out.
Do a beautiful job for you for the next 4 years, and it's really been something very special. And I have to say, Time Magazine getting this honor for the second time. I think I like it better this time, actually, but we did a good job. We had a great first term, despite a lot of turmoil caused unnecessarily. But the media's tamed down a little bit. They're liking us much better now, I think. If they don't, we'll have to just take them on again, and we don't want to do that. But I do want to thank Time Magazine. I've been on the cover many times. I don't know who has the record, but I can only probably talk well about 25% of the covers. 25% are great. The others I just sort of hide. But it's been an honor, and every time it's an honor, I will tell you. And thank you very much for doing it. And thank the whole group at Time. Really very professional people. Thank you very much. And
shout out to them.
And to Jeff and all of the people from the New York Stock Exchange. He knows how.
Got the whole powerhouse behind him. RFKJ, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. You got Laura Trump. You got Melania Trump. You got, I feel like the future president, the next president after Trump is J.D. Vance. He's so presidential, man. The way he articulates himself and lets his thoughts off, the way he was on the ground with the North Carolina victims from the hurricane and letting them know that the government will be helping and stepping in and letting them know during this holiday season that they are still being cared for and they're still thought of, and we are with them. And very presidential, man. Look, the way he combated and went after those, biased Democratic legacy media outlets, man, straight demolished, obliterated all of them, but let's continue.
How much I like it, because many years ago I bought a building across the street. I wasn't going to buy it. Then I said, it's right next to the New York Stock Exchange. I'm going to buy it. We've had great success. 40 Wall Street, we've had tremendous success with it. But you've really had success with the New York Stock Exchange. It's an incredible group of people. And, Jeff, you have done an incredible job, you and your group, and what a beautiful speech you made.
What a phenomenal way as the Person of the Year of Times, and he has been multiple times, which I feel like he well deserved it, like I said. But just to have a memory like, oh, yeah, it's a beautiful moment just to be here and ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Oh, yeah, I remember years ago when I was thinking about buying that building, and then I bought the building. Yeah, that's big business. That's big dog business. That's why I always say, and that's why I've been saying lately, the grown folks is back in office, baby. J.D. Vance, Trump standing on business. We got grown folks. Ain't nobody talking about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a man. He's one of those talking points just for the Democrats at this point that really don't have no substance. Let's be real here.
Made. Thank you very much. I was some introduction of all of us, but we've.
When I started drinking warm water.
Man, excuse the ad, family. But yeah, like I'm saying, Joe Biden is just somebody to talk about, just to have a conversation about. To be honest, if you just wanted to, how when you and your family sitting at the table and you just want to talk about something, he one of those. Ain't no value within it. Joe Biden just do a bunch of nonsense. Let's continue.
We've gone up since the election. I was just told by Scott. Everybody said you have to pick Scott Bessent. He has to be the one chosen for Treasury. Where is Scott? Let's see. He's around here someplace. He's around here. He told me we picked up $3 trillion since the election day. And I said, well, that's good, but what about before the election day? He said, we picked up some money there because they thought you were going to win. I said, I like this guy. He's going to be my Treasury Secretary.
Yeah, bring the money in. Yeah.
But it's true. I think we're going to have a tremendous run. We have to straighten out some problems, some big problems in the world. When we left, we didn't have any of these problems. We didn't have Russia with Ukraine.
Facts.
We didn't have Israel October 7th. We didn't have the Afghanistan disaster. We didn't have inflation. We had no inflation. And we had a very strong economy. And we're going to do that again, but I think we're going to even up it because now we have experience that we didn't have. Now I know everybody. You know, when I first came in, we came down, Melania and I, a great first lady, who's very popular, by the way. She rang in. She rang in the bell. She rang in the bell. But we came down and we're driving down Pennsylvania Avenue, and it was so beautiful. I said, you know, I've never done this before. I didn't know anybody. I got to the Oval Office, and I'm picking all these big positions, and I didn't really know the people in Washington, but boy, did I get to learn fast. And now we do, and I think we have an incredible staff behind me and others that aren't here. And we're going to do a fantastic job. We're going to create the incentive theory again.
I mean, family, comment down below. Who is not going to learn fast when they're the outsider against an establishment that keeps coming at them? Because now you got to not only learn your way around, but now you also have to know how to navigate. Because Trump's an outsider. He's not the typical politician, right? And we all know that. But it's a simple fact that he's transparent more than ever. That's what makes him a threat. And they can't. He's not a monolith, right? He's not one of those politicians within the Democratic establishment that got to conduct themselves in a way that the Democratic individuals all conform to conduct themselves. For example, look at Kamala Harris. What she done? You know, she constantly talked about things didn't resonate with the American people. If anything, caused more damage. Look at Joe Biden. My man just giving boatloads of money away. They have the conversations of just giving money away when it's only going to impact the consumer, which is us, the American people, the tax-paying citizens in America. They don't have no value in regards of really giving solutions, and they don't exercise common sense logic, right? So it's a constant conformity of that where they actually push themselves off the rails with a point of that Democrats ain't even pro-Democrat voters ain't even rocking with it because they went so extreme with the extreme leftism, right? So I'm not surprised my man had to learn fast. Who wouldn't?
In fact, I just announced yesterday, I didn't announce it for this reason, but anybody investing $1 billion or more gets a very expedited approval process because, you know, the approvals, when people come into the country, it takes them, in many cases, 14, 15, 16 years to get the approval. We have Lee is around here someplace. He's in charge of the environment, and that's Lee Zeldin, who ran an incredible race for governor in New York, was a very, very successful guy. Before that, he was a great congressman, and he's a fantastic lawyer. He's in charge of environmental, and we'll try and push him as much as possible to get those permits very quickly. Like a nuclear power plant, I would say a week would be enough time. What do you think? Is that okay? We're going to get fast approvals, and it's great that we have Lee and all of the.
My man said, if you got $1 billion, if you outside the country or whatever, and you want approval, talk to me, big dog. Talk to me. I always was told that money talks. Money make people move. This ain't a prime example of that. He said, look, you put $1 billion into the working class people stock market, and you put that in and investing in America. Look, no more delays, big dog. I got you. I ain't mad at it.
People behind, they're all stars in their own way. But it is an honor, and this is a double because usually they don't coordinate the Man of the Year or the Person of the Year with the ringing of the bell. And brilliantly, you picked them both at the same time, and you were all friends, and you said, let's do it. And it takes one trip. It doesn't take two trips. That's okay. We like to save. We like to be able to do it properly. But this is a special group. So many friends in the audience, too. John, great job you've done at ABC. I'm really proud of you, and you've been so nice to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't actually acknowledge you at all. But you have been. That really is. It's a terrific job you've done. But again, I want to thank you. We're going down to ring the bell now, and I could just say that the economy, I believe, is going to be very strong. We do have to solve some problems. We have wars going on that we didn't have. We have a lot of things happening that we didn't have that would have never happened. They would have never happened, but now they have happened. and I want to get them solved. We have to get them solved because ultimately the power of weaponry today is the biggest threat we have, in my opinion.
This is the reason why I've canceled my doorbell.
The power of weaponry. I'm curious to see where he go with this, because we can't let this message go over our heads because he's saying something. You know what I'm saying? I'm always a person that's trying to understand why someone said what they. I always seek understanding and foresight. I always ask for foresight, I should say, and also seek understanding before anything. So let's check it out.
It's not some of the other things that you read about. It's the power of weaponry. The weapons are so powerful, so devastating. And I rebuilt our military. I got to know every one of them, including nuclear weapons. I hated to do it. Actually, I hated to do it. But we did some nuclear weapons that are so devastating, it almost makes you very sad as you get them and as they come online. It makes you very sad because you know what the purpose of them is, and you just hope to God that you never have to use them. Because if you do, the world will never be the same. So we have to be very, very smart. We have to be very sharp. We have to be very special to do a job. And I think we'll get it done. And I think we're going to get a lot of people in the room. We've seen it. We were in France where President Macron did a fantastic job with the cathedral, an absolutely fantastic job, of Notre Dame. And it was beautiful. The opening was the opening, and I just got back, and it was something really beautiful. And a lot of world leaders there. We had about 80 world leaders, different countries, and they were all coming together. They all wanted to meet us and meet me as representative of the U.S., and there was a lot of goodwill. But we're going to get some really tremendous goodwill. I was even thinking about inviting certain people to the inauguration, and some people said, wow, that's a little risky, isn't it? And I said, maybe it is. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But we like to take little chances, but that's not a bad chance. Here's a gentleman that's going to do a great job at HUD. Good luck, my friend, right? He's going to be a he's been my friend for a long.
And I like what he said there, because he mentioned the Notre Dame Cathedral, and he mentioned 80 world leaders, and he also mentioned how individual he even welcomed even the thought of inviting them to the inauguration. And I feel like what Trump is saying here, he's basically promoting unity over destruction, right? You know, because he said, look, we got nuclear weaponry that's, look, it would make you sad if you know the power behind that be, right? And it's like, look, he mentioned constantly, he reiterated about twice, look, wars, you know, we're going to be stronger than ever. We don't need these wars, these proxy wars that we keep funding with Ukraine and Russia. You know, Biden just gave $1 billion. Well, the Secretary of Defense just gave $1 billion, and then they gave more money to Ukraine. Biden initiated in regards to the 30 billion, but 20 billion will be coming. It'll be a 20 billion. It'll be a $10 billion loan, and then that'll be paid over a span of several years. And then also the other 20 million of it, or 20 billion, is from other countries. But basically, we have to fix the things within our home, right? The illegal immigrants, there's public safety, trust within the government. You know, you got Biden over here doing preemptive pardons that I didn't even know existed. You know, he pardoned his son. Okay, cool. But my man, you said you wasn't, no one's above the law, and this high moral ground. So restoring the trust within American people and government, and working hand in hand as and having the best interest on the behalf of the people, but also promoting unity in regards of, look, we can work together, because the way America operates is how the world operates. You know what I'm saying? The whole country, the way the country and the trajectory and the direction the country is going, the whole rest of the world follows suit. So he like, look, I'd rather promote unity and be at peace with no wars than promote wars, because then the rest of the country will lead to destruction following suit, since we're the strongest country and we are the leader. And it's funny how Biden said when he initiated giving that $30 billion to Ukraine, the funding again, recently, he said, if America don't lead, then who will lead? Well, if we gonna lead, then we gotta lead right. We gotta lead righteous by doing the right thing. If you lead with destruction, it will equal destruction. If you lead with peace and unity, there will be peace and unity. So deep down, all these individuals know, and Trump knows for a fact and being transparent with us, like, look, we the big dogs. United States, what happens with us happens with the rest of the country. That's why they tap in and tune into American elections. If you ask me, I believe the countries outside of the US, are more informed than the American citizens. They're more informed than other countries about our USA or our election than than Americans and citizens of the USA or United States of America. You know what I mean? Because they know the impact that we have. So says a lot, man. Let's continue.
Long time. It's nice to see you. I haven't shaken his hand yet. Come on. Congratulations. Thanks. Really, you're going to be great. And Ben Carson is your biggest fan in the world. You know that. Ben has been with us for a long time.
Ben's
He's
intelligent,
done a fantastic
man.
job.
He's
Thank
amazing.
you. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, go on. We're going to put it straight. We're going to give tremendous incentive like no other country has. We're cutting your taxes. We're going to cut them very substantially. We got them down to 21% from probably 42 or 44%, depending on where you are. And we got them down to 21. Everyone said that was a miracle. Now we're getting them down to 15, but only if you make your product here. Otherwise, you pay 21, which is not bad. It's in the middle of the pack. But 15 brings you down to among the lowest. And for those that are running the big companies, those great, big, beautiful companies, nobody's going to be leaving us. You're going to be coming back. You're going to be bringing it back to the United States. We are incentivizing everybody to come back to the United States. We want you.
Because coming back to United States will not only benefit the Americans, especially struggling Americans that are struggling now. It brings more jobs. And I always find it funny how Democrats are, we're going to tax the wealthy. All they're going to do is take their business overseas. Do you not realize the impact of wealthy individuals? Oh, wait, they don't think about this. But wealthy individuals create jobs. Come on, man.
Back here, car manufacturers, everybody. And we have one product that nobody has really to the extent that we do. It's called oil and gas. There is no country in the world that has more. We're number one. I brought it to number one during my first term in terms of production. We're going to be number one plus. We'll do numbers that nobody will really see before. And when that happens, prices are going to start coming down because people can't afford their groceries, and they're going to be affording their groceries very soon. I tell the story about a woman who, an old woman, no money, went to a grocery store, had 3 apples. She put them down on the counter, and she looked, and she saw the price, and she said, "Would you excuse me?" And she walked one of the apples back to the refrigerator and came back to pay for the 2 apples. And she left with 2 apples. And the woman at the counter said that was so sad. And when I heard about the story, I said, that should never happen in America, and it's not going to happen in America. We're going to do it right, and we're going to take care of our people, and we're going to do things that nobody ever thought even were possible. But we're going to have an economy the likes of which nobody's ever seen before, and everybody's coming back to America. I saw that the other day at the cathedral. They're all saying, we want to come back, we want to come back. And with a couple of changes done by Howard and Scott and some of the great people up here with me, we're going to bring them all back.
I love it. I love it. But I really want to hone in on that nuclear that weaponry comment he made. Family, really think about it. And I want to have a discussion. And let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments, right? He said, look, we got a powerful weapon that I didn't even want to have created. And I feel like he's saying, you know, them indirect messages when someone's saying something without saying something. Like, look, let them other countries not fall in line and try to be difficult. Trump like, look, I'll push the button if I gotta push the button. The power that a nuclear weapon have, where he could just push the button and do damage, and he let you know, I could do damage, but I really don't want to. So test us, because we USA strong. And that's strength. That's leadership, right? Sometimes in leadership, you got to make example of people because people are trying to test you if they really see you as a joke. But if you're doing it on the best interest of the American people and you're really trying to lead and really let people know you stand on business and follow suit with order, law and order, and not chaos, he'll show you the powers that be that America have. So he like, look, I don't really want to do it, but I do it. So he letting the other nations know or the other countries know because they're watching, trust me. And he know they watching. He's not going to threaten them, but he's going to tell them, look, I'm serious here. And you gotta conduct yourself like that, especially if you're trying to restore so many things in regards of we all know that other countries took Joe Biden as a joke. They're not even talking to him. Donald Trump has been doing the work and he's not even in office yet. They all going to Mar-a-Lago. Justin Trudeau, the Mexican president, stop the caravans. Putin wants to talk to Trump, don't even care to acknowledge or even look Joe Biden's way. The team is already executing. Tom Holman, the borders are back in position to get rid of the illegal immigrants. Already been less illegals coming over here because they already know Trump ain't playing. He executing on his first day. So it says a lot, right? And this is true leadership. This is true leadership. And this is how you let other nations know and notice professionally. And us Americans, we're so privileged. Other countries study us. They study America. They look at our elections. They realize the privilege that we have, but we're so spoiled that we don't even realize the privilege that we have to be informed enough. They more literate than most Americans that are illiterate and don't even know what's going on and how this impacts not just them, but bigger than them, their kids within this election and how Trump is trying to change the trajectory of the country in the right direction, using common sense logic, exercising common sense, law and order, and ultimately having the best interest in keeping the American people best interest first, taking care of in-house. Indians and those that are suffering in other countries, they study us, they study what America is doing, they study what Trump is saying, and they're like, look, this man ain't playing. That's why Justin Trudeau flew over there in 15 seconds when Trump said, look, you don't want to handle these illegals and these individuals coming over here laundering drugs and fentanyl and all that in America. I put a 25%, and quote me if I'm wrong, 21 or 25% tariff on you if you don't get these individuals up out of here. Canada and Mexico. Mexico, that president lady said, look, we ain't got no problems. We ain't got no problems. We ain't got no problems. I'm good. I'm cool. So the point I'm making is we need to be informed. See, we got it too good where we think, oh, we can just take care of our kids and live our life. And yeah, we take care of your responsibilities, but know what's going on. This is our country. We got to take care of it. We have so much privilege, man. And all these people be dying to come over here to our country and have a better life. And we so spoiled that we don't even realize how good we got it. And I'm going to leave it there, family. Let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments. On that note, family, peace.